Imagine a world where the concept of a dinosaur didn't even exist. In the early 1800s, people found giant bones and were baffled. They thought these massive remains belonged to giants, dragons, or even huge elephants that had somehow wandered far away from their homes. For centuries, these fossils were treated as mere curiosities or evidence of mythical creatures hidden deep within the layers of the earth. But as the Industrial Revolution began to tear into the ground, a new scientific curiosity started to bloom across the English countryside. By the year 1824, a curious clergyman named William Buckland finally stepped forward to describe the very first scientifically recognized giant lizard. Buckland was a brilliant but eccentric professor at Oxford University, known for his vast collection of strange rocks and ancient skeletal remains. He had spent years studying a strange lower jawbone found in a limestone quarry in the small village of Stonesfield near Oxford. This jawbone was lined with sharp, serrated teeth, unlike any creature currently living on the land or swimming in the deep seas. Buckland named this creature Megalosaurus, which literally translates to great lizard, though he still believed it walked on 4 heavy, sprawling legs. He imagined it as a massive, predatory version of a modern lizard, perhaps reaching lengths of over 40 feet in the wild. Meanwhile, a doctor named Gideon Mantell and his wife Mary Ann were making their own startling discoveries in the forests of Sussex. Legend says Mary Ann found a peculiar, large tooth embedded in a piece of gravel while her husband was visiting a patient nearby. Gideon Mantell was fascinated by the tooth, which looked remarkably like that of a modern iguana, but on a much larger scale. He spent years trying to convince the scientific elite that this tooth belonged to a massive prehistoric herbivore that lived long ago. Finally, in 1825, he officially named the creature Iguanodon, marking the second major discovery of what we now call a dinosaur. Mantell's work was revolutionary because it suggested that these ancient beasts were not just giant lizards, but a completely unique group of animals. He spent his life collecting fossils, often at the expense of his medical practice and his personal family life and financial stability. A third discovery soon followed when Mantell identified the Hylaeosaurus, a creature covered in bony armor and spikes found in a forest clearing. These 3 discoveries, Megalosaurus, Iguanodon, and Hylaeosaurus, started to form a pattern that the scientific world could no longer simply ignore or dismiss. However, it wasn't until 1842 that a brilliant and ambitious anatomist named Sir Richard Owen entered the historical stage with a plan. Owen realized that these 3 creatures shared specific skeletal features, such as a fused sacrum at the base of their powerful, heavy spines. He concluded that they weren't just big lizards, but belonged to a distinct, superior tribe of reptiles that had once ruled the world. He coined the term Dinosauria, which comes from the Greek words meaning terrible lizard, though he meant terribly great or fearfully large. This was the moment the word dinosaur was born, changing our understanding of life on Earth and our place in its long history. To celebrate this discovery, Owen collaborated with artist Benjamin Waterhouse Hawkins to create life-sized concrete models of these creatures for the public. These models were displayed at the Crystal Palace in London, where they became a massive sensation, drawing thousands of curious and amazed spectators. People were shocked to see these monsters brought to life, even if the early reconstructions were quite different from what we know today. The Iguanodon models looked like heavy, rhino-like beasts, reflecting the limited knowledge and the fragmentary evidence available to scientists at that time. Even a famous dinner party was held inside the mold of an Iguanodon to celebrate the opening of the grand and historic exhibition. This era marked the beginning of dinomania, a fascination that has only grown stronger over the last 2 centuries of scientific research and discovery. Scientists like Buckland, Mantell, and Owen laid the foundation for paleontology, turning scattered bones into a coherent and fascinating story of deep time. Their work proved that the Earth was far older than previously thought, and was once home to magnificent creatures beyond our wildest imagination. Today, we know thousands of dinosaur species, but it all started with a few broken teeth and a jawbone found in English dirt. We owe our knowledge of the prehistoric world to these early pioneers who dared to look at old bones and see ancient kings. Their legacy continues every time a new fossil is unearthed, reminding us of the incredible mysteries still waiting to be found beneath us. As we look back at the 19th century, we see the birth of a science that continues to capture the hearts of everyone. From the first Megalosaurus jaw to the massive skeletons in our museums, the journey of discovery is a testament to human curiosity and wonder.